Oh, I start.
You start, America, and I'll start. Hi, hello, I'm America Wood.
You are not. Take two. Hello,
Take
I'm
two.
Erica Maywood.
And I'm Simon Sharkey.
We are the creators of the Conference of the Birds project.
So what is the Conference of the Birds project, Erica?
Well, it is a hero's journey that echoes the Sufi poem, The Conference of the Birds, where 7 countries travel through 7 valleys, creating art in each in response to the pandemic and the climate crisis. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We're going to COP26, and we're going to build a huge murmur. And there's other ways of getting involved. We're launching a website, and on that website there's a Padlet. Not come across Padlet before. It's very easy to use, and we're asking you to drop a pin in on a map of the world with your contribution to our Conference of the Birds. Become part of the flock. And there's other ideas on that website that you can connect with. www.conferenceofthebirds.net.
We want you to be part of this flock, part of this murmur at COP26 by joining us in building. And what you're going to need for this is a square of paper that's a minimum of 20 centimeters. And we want you to make an origami bird to add to our sculpture that will grow in Glasgow during COP26.
But we don't just want you to do this for the sake of building a beautiful piece of art. We want you to do it for yourself, to connect with the thousands of other people who feel the way that you do and want to come together and want to be able to make the difference.
And part of building this bird is making a commitment to our future as a planet, as communities. So it's art, it's time for you, and it's something important for our world. To make this bird, we want you to take some time to create the atmosphere to enter into this exercise.
So if you can, be in nature, in your garden or a park, a veranda. Then if you can do that, then we recommend that you do that. But maybe take your shoes and socks off, feel the earth and the grass, and breathe. If you can't be in nature, just find a quiet space, quiet place. Maybe put on some music, get relaxed and open, and just breathe. You can do it on your own. You can do it in a group with someone you're close to or a total stranger. What we really want you to do is to connect to your surroundings and get into a kind of neutral, dreamy state and let this question land.
The question is, what must I do next? Your mind might be flooded with all the things on your to-do list. Try and let them go, even if they are must-dos. Must you do them next? Take a breath.
Just let that question land and don't try and answer it. Let it grow in your mind. Repeat it in your head. What must I do next? Feel where it lands in your body. What must I do next? You may realize you don't have to do anything. What a lovely thought. There's nothing you need to do.
Enjoy this moment. And now ask yourself, what do I want to do next? You may be at a loss about what you want to do. What a nice state to be in. You don't need to do anything, and you don't want to do anything. Just be. Breathe and enjoy a calm moment.
We want you to take that feeling of peace and calm and let your mind begin to focus on thoughts about climate change. Does it affect you? If so, how? If not, why not? Is it something you don't really worry about? Or does it stress you? Do you feel helpless? Or do you already do your bit to save the planet? Where do you feel these thoughts in your body?
Stay focused and calm and try and recognize where any stress is and let it go. Let these thoughts flow and let them pass. Take a deep breath and exhale lightly. We want you to let your mind form an action that you will be able to stick to, a promise, a pledge to do something that will make a difference to climate change.
Just let your mind form this promise, this pledge. Don't force it, it'll come to you. Allow yourself to land on something realistic, something that you will commit to. When it comes, write it down. If nothing comes, just wait or do some research. See what action you can take and come back to your task later, but let it form.
If something does form, write it on your piece of paper. Write under the sentence, hope is no longer enough. I pledge, I promise. Fill in those blanks. You can write it as a sentence, you can draw it as a picture, maybe make it into a poem. It's your pledge.
Once you have your pledge or your promise, read it aloud to yourself. And take a moment with your pledge. You can sign it like a work of art. It can be anonymous. You may want to put a thumbprint on it or add some other form of witness to your pledge.
Take your piece of paper. We want you to make it into a bird and fly it to us. And we will place your promise, your pledge, your idea that you have given wings into our Murmur in Glasgow at COP26 in November.
You can find instructions on how to make your origami bird on YouTube, and we'll give you the links. We look forward to receiving your birds and to building our Murmur of pledges at the COP26 conference in Glasgow.
Along with what we're anticipating will be thousands of other birds and pledges. Some other ideas to think of: you might want to build your own Murmur. We would love to see classes of children, care homes, prisons, football teams, basketball teams, college students, firefighters, Army, Navy, parishes, police, voluntary groups. You get the idea, and more, making the birds and creating their murmurs together.
You could go place your murmurs on the steps of your town hall. You can hang them in the ceilings of hotel foyers, place them in the middle of a roundabout, put them in public spaces, photograph them. What would it look like if a supermarket car park suddenly had a murmur of birds on the roofs of every car? What would it look like if you covered the restrooms in birds and taped them to the mirrors? What would it look like if you created a murmur on a wall or a fence in the middle of a busy street as a work of art? Post photographs of your murmurs swarming over all the environments that you connect with, and post them on Instagram with the hashtag @ConfOpBirds.
And post them on our Padlet on the website, conferenceofthebirds.net. Simon talked about this before. We can add it to our globe of the world and see all of our murmurs across the globe.
So get creative, add music, cover, make huge or tiny versions of your birds.
Put your pledges on placards, plant them in a forest, in a public field, or in the grounds of your local council, and place the birds on the placards.
Take that feeling of calm determination that you built earlier on and take flight. Be our conference of the birds. Create the murmur, then send them to us, and we will put them into the gigantic murmur in COP26.
Good luck with your pledges. Happy dreaming. Happy flying.
Looking forward to it.